Alright, it is me once again as I bring you another game of Jeopardy for the Xbox 360. This is game 9 of my second run, and my total right now is $141,401. I had a $20,000 victory last time out. How am I going to do this time? Well, we'll just have to find out now, won't we? This is Jeopardy!
Please welcome our contestants. Player 2. Player 3. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Host, Alex Trebek.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Let's take you right now into the Jeopardy round.
Yeah, let's get right into it.
Clues are worth
Surround with
$200
the
to
one daily doubles,
$1,000 in
and our
these
categories
categories.
are
Map quest, defined in the OED, celebrities, intravenous, Ike speaks, and literature. A lot of clues, a lot of categories. Player 1,
Celebrities
make a
200.
selection. This host of American Idol was born in Atlanta in 1974. It's player 1.
who's Ryan Seacrest?
That's right, way to go.
Okay, celebrities for 400.
Player 1, this Brit signed on to play for the LA Galaxy soccer team in 2007.
Who's David Beckham?
Let's hear it, player 1.
Yep. Celebrities for 6.
We return. Here's Kelly to start us off.
Borat portrayer Sacha Baron Cohen studied history at this British university, named for a river crossing.
Shit, I don't know which.
It's player 3.
Cambridge? Yeah, that's it. Player 3's on board.
Player 3, you start us off.
Map quest for 200.
To visit Sensoji Temple in this capital, cross Komagata Bridge, turn right, and walk north on the Nakamise Dori. Player 1?
What is Tokyo?
Yep.
Alright, map quest for 400, please.
All right, the drive from Denmark to Malmö in this country includes a 5-mile stretch across the Öresund Bridge.
Malmo.
Yes, player 1.
Would that be Sweden? Oh, I guess it would be. Map quest for 600,
Player
please.
1, from Paris's Royal Saint-Honoré Hotel, walk a half-mile down Rue Saint-Honoré, turn right, and walk into its glass pyramid. It's player 1.
What is the Louvre?
Good.
Yep. Map quest for 800, please.
Selected to visit San Marino, take a winding road up Mount Titano, a short drive from Rimini in this country.
What is Italy?
Okay, player 1.
Yeah, Italy is right. Let's finish the category.
Player 1, from Ulaanbaatar, go straight south to Wuhai, flip a left, and go about 500 miles to reach this world capital.
Which capital is it?
We're talking about Beijing.
Oh, Beijing. Okay. Celebrities for 800.
Please pick again, player 1. Before he was James Bond, he was Alex West in Lara Croft, Tomb Raider. Let's hear it, player 1.
Who is Pierce Brosnan?
Sorry.
No,
That's
not
right.
Pierce Brosnan.
Any other takers? Player 2.
Daniel Craig?
Good.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, let's get back into this.
Celebrities
Player
for
2,
1,000.
you make the next selection as we... She was nominated for a 2011 Teen Choice Award for her role as Adam Sandler's assistant in Just Go With It.
I don't think I saw that movie.
Let's hear it, player 2.
Jennifer Garner. No, that is not correct.
Anyone else?
I'll give it a try.
Yes, player 1.
Who is Jennifer Connelly? No.
That's incorrect.
Jennifer
Anyone else
Aniston.
want to hazard a guess on this?
Down to 800.
Yes, player 3. Hey,
And
you're right.
now in second place.
Player 3, start us.
Defining the OED for
The
2.
director of an orchestra or chorus. It's player 1.
Who is the conductor?
That's it.
OED for 400.
Player 1, a lofty tower forming part of a church. Player 1.
What is an apse? Ah!
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Let's hear it, player 2. That is correct. Good. Back on the plus side. Okay, let's get back into this. Player 2, you make the next selection as we... A large, many-celled berry with a leathery yellow, orange, or red rind. Player 1.
What is a What is a pomegranate? Yes! Alright, there we
Player
go.
1, where do we start?
Intravenous 200.
Venus's surface is hard to view from Earth because it's completely covered by these. It's player 1.
What are clouds?
Yes.
Intravenous for 400.
Player 1 of these on Venus lasts about 244 Earth ones. Yes, player 1.
What is it, day?
Yeah.
Alright, there we go. Intravenous for 6.
You again. Like Mercury, Venus has this many moons.
What is 0?
Player 1.
Intravenous for 800, please.
Player 1. We're not sure if it was ancient or not, but the first U.S. flyby of Venus was by one of these space probes in 1962. Yes, player 3.
Mariner?
Hey, you're
Yeah,
right.
that's
Player 3, where do we start?
it. Intravenous for 1,000.
Galileo's finding that Venus goes through these, like the moon, was the first direct evidence for Copernican ideas.
What are phases?
Let's hear it, player 1. Right.
Okay, celebrities
Player
for
1,
no,
make a selection,
that's
please,
already
as we
gone.
continue.
OED.
A road junction designed so that traffic streams do not intersect. Here's what we wanted. An interchange.
Oh, interchange. OED 1,000.
You again. To move from site to site on the internet.
It's either browse or surf.
Player 2.
What is surf?
That's right. Way to go.
Yep, she got it.
Player 2. Start us.
Ike speaks for 200.
Eisenhower said, "No treaty or international agreement can contravene this document." It's player 1.
What is the Constitution?
Right.
Okay, literature
Player
for 2.
1. The ban on this D.H. Lawrence book was lifted in 1959 in the United States. Yes, player 1.
What is Lady Chatterley's lover?
Good for you.
Literature for 400.
Player 1. Federico Garcia Lorca wrote a famous one of these for the death of a bullfighter. Okay, player 1.
What is lament?
That's correct.
Okay, 600, please.
Player 1. Whitman's When Lilacs Last in the Dooryard Bloomed was an elegy to him. Yes, player 1.
Who's Lincoln?
Right.
800.
Please. Polonius tells this character, This above all, to thine own self be true. Okay, player one.
Who is Laertes?
Yep.
Okay, and let's finish up the category.
Player one. This woman was the subject of Petrarch's Canzoniere. Let's hear it, player one.
Who is Laura?
Good.
Alright, ran right through that one. I'm at 66.
Select again.
Ike speaks for 4.
Ike telegrammed that the mission of his Allied force was fulfilled at 0241 hours local time in this month, 1945. Here's what we wanted. May.
May. Ike speaks for 6.
Please. Of this man's contributions to major White House decisions, Ike said, "If you give me a week, I might think of one." Okay, player two.
Richard Nixon.
That is correct.
Yep, it's Nixon.
Where do we begin,
Ike
player
speaks
two?
for 800. Answer there, the Daily Double.
And
How much of your
the Daily
1800
Double.
do you want to risk?
Player two, you're in last place.
650.
You
That'll
need
put you
to
at
select your wager.
2450 if you are
Here
correct.
is your Daily Double clue. In 1957, Ike used the full power of the United States to enforce integration at Central High in this city.
Little Rock.
All right,
That
second
is
place for
correct.
you.
You're in second place now by $50.
And here's
And let's
the
take a look at our
$1,000
last clue.
Eisenhower said appointing him to the Supreme Court was the biggest damn fool mistake I ever made. Player three?
Player 3, Earl Warren.
Correct.
That is right. And that takes you to 3,400 as we finish
Player
the
two
Jeopardy
is
now.
the third
Player
player.
2
We'll
is
select first in the double
3,450, and I
Jeopardy
can
round,
move
as we always do,
6,600.
right after this
Player
break.
2 is going to select first in the double Jeopardy round.
We start the double Jeopardy categories with this one.
We'll get into double Jeopardy right now. 2 daily doubles up there in the categories.
Death sentences.
Death sentences.
The Rock and Roll Hall of
Rock
Fame
and
and
Roll
Museum.
Hall of Fame Museum.
American history.
American history.
Very, very good.
Very good.
Animals.
Animals.
And Through Europe.
Through Europe on
E90.
E90.
All right,
where are we gonna
player
start?
two. As promised,
Animals for
you
400.
pick first in. The laughing type of this dog-like carnivore is a predator of big game, but also scavenges for food. Yes, player one?
What is a hyena?
Right.
Very, very good for 400, please.
All right, let Dawes Butler voice this animated TV hound.
Who is Huckleberry Hound?
Yes, player one? Yes.
That's right. Very, very good. 800.
We return. These Are Forever in a top 10 hit from 1967. Yes, player one?
What are Strawberry Fields? Yes.
You get to pick it.
1200.
Pro boxers have been battling under this Marcus's rules since the late 1800s. Player one?
Who is Queensberry?
That's right. Way to go.
Yep. So at 9,400.
Player one.
1600.
Pick Tidal Avenue in Theodore Geisel's first book. Player one?
What is Mulberry Street?
Yes.
Let's finish the category.
You again. Inept policeman in Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing. Player one?
Who is Dogberry?
Yeah, good.
Well done in the category. That takes me up to $13,000.
You again, player one.
You're up on E90, 400.
We'll start our trip east on Route E90 in this chief seaport of Portugal. Here's the correct response. Lisbon.
Lisbon. Oh, okay.
You get to. Let's head to this Spanish coastal city to shop along its Rambla de Catalunya. It's player one.
What is Barcelona?
Correct.
Yes. 1,200, please.
Player one. My cat wants me to look up its relatives in this capital of Turkey.
I don't know what the capital of Turkey is.
We're talking about Ankara.
Oh, Ankara. Okay.
Player 1.
Animals for
back to you.
800.
The Snyder's is among the smallest types of this eel, known for sharp teeth and attacks on divers. It's player 1.
What is the moray eel?
That's correct.
Alright. 1200.
Player 1. The caracal is a wild type of this household pet that roams over Africa and the Middle East.
Player 2.
Yes, player 2.
Cat?
Correct.
Yes. Your
Player
selection
2.
now.
You start us off.
Animals for 16.
What else is new? But that the new is also called this, from Dutch words. The correct response is the wildebeest.
The wildebeest, okay.
Player 2, back to you.
Finishing up animals.
Its German name is Nilpferd, Nile horse.
Player
It's
3.
player 3.
What is hippopotamus?
Correct.
Yes, you're right. That takes you to 5400.
Player 3, you start us off.
American history for 400.
When the British approached, the convoy militia didn't know about the skirmish at this place earlier that day. Yes, player 1.
What is Bunker Hill?
No,
No.
sorry. Any other takers?
Bunker Hill is not correct.
Let's hear it, player 3.
What is Lexington?
Right.
That is correct.
Player 3, back to you for our next
history for
selection.
8.
World War I sales of Liberty These, whose posters showed the statue, raised more than $15 billion. Here's the response we were looking for. Bonds.
Liberty bonds, okay.
Player 3, pick again.
American history for 12. The answer there is one of the two.
The first of the two
And you
daily
have
doubles.
5,800 to play
You are
with.
currently in second place.
1,600?
Decide
Alright,
on
I'll
your
make it
wager, player
7,400
3.
if you're
You
correct.
didn't want to make the mistake of following the south instead of the north flat on this pioneer trail.
What is the Appalachian Trail?
No.
That is not right.
Here's the response we were looking for. The Oregon
The
Trail.
Oregon Trail.
Please pick again. Player
I think I
3.
knew that one. Europe for
We'll stop in Thessaloniki, the capital of this Greek region that produced Philip and Alexander. Player 3.
Thrace? No. That's not right.
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Here's what we wanted. Macedonia.
Macedonia.
Select again.
And it's Europe for 2000.
E90 goes through Brindisi. This famous ancient Roman road, also known as a way, ended there. Here's what we were looking for. The Via Appia.
Via Appia.
You again, player 3.
Death sentences for
She began a famous poem, "Because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me." Player 1.
Who is Emily Dickinson?
That's right. Way to
Yes.
go. Player 1. You start us
American
off.
history for 1600.
The U.S. supplied materiel to its allies during World War II through this 1941 Congressional Act. Here's the correct response. Lend-Lease.
Lend-Lease.
Player 1, Kelly.
This World War II general's private carriage is on display at Wisconsin's National Railroad Museum.
The correct response is Dwight Eisenhower.
Dwight Eisenhower's who we were going for.
Player 1, back
Rock
to
and roll
you
for four.
as a solo artist. His presenters were ex-bandmates, not the Beatles, but the Traveling Wilburys. Let's hear it, Player 1.
Who is Paul McCartney?
No.
No.
Any other takers?
Not Paul McCartney.
Let's hear it, Player 3.
Who is Ringo Starr?
Sorry, that's wrong.
That's not
Anyone else? It's Player 2.
it. George Harrison.
You got it.
That's
Player 2, make a selection,
it. Rock
please,
and
as
roll
we
for
continue.
800.
In 1986, it was Hail, Hail, this 1950s performer, the very first inductee. It's Player 3.
Chuck Berry.
Correct.
Yes.
Where do we begin, Player 3?
Death sentences for 8.
Joseph Stalin reportedly said, "A single death is a tragedy. A million deaths is a this." It's Player
That
1.
is a statistic.
That's right. Way to go.
Yes. That can take me to $15,000.
Player 1, make a
Rock and roll for
selection.
12.
Artists become eligible this many years after their first release. The Beach Boys went in 1988. Springsteen in 1999. Here's the correct response. 25.
25 years, okay?
You get to pick. If I could drop dead right now, I'd be the happiest man alive, is attributed to this movie mogul. Okay, Player 1.
Who is Samuel Goldwyn?
Yeah. Good.
Yes. Death sentences for 1600.
We Richard, for what is it to die but to stand naked in the wind and to melt into the sun? He wrote in the Prophet. Here's what we wanted. Khalil Gibran.
Khalil Gibran. Rock and roll for 16.
You again.
Answer there, the other daily double.
Answer. The other daily double. You are in the lead right now. Player 1, please select your wager.
I will just go for 800 on this. So I don't really know too much about rock.
Answer this. This singer is paired with her ex-husband and songwriting partner, Jerry Goffin.
Oh. Who's Carly Simon?
However, you take the lead. Here's what we wanted. Carole King.
Carole King. Okay, well, good thing I didn't risk too much then.
Player 1, back to you.
Death sentences for 2000.
In his holy sonnets, he wrote, "Death be not proud, though some have called thee mighty and dreadful." Here's the correct response. John Donne.
John Donne. Alright,
And
now the last one for
$2,000
2000.
clue. Let's get Sarah's assistance on this clue.
The electric guitar casts a long shadow over rock and roll. In 1995, the Hall inducted this inventor of the iconic Stratocaster.
I have no idea who invented that.
Here's the correct response. Leo Fender.
Leo Fender was who we needed. Alright, we've got player 2 at 4,050, player 3 at 3,000, and me at 15,000.
All four of you will participate in Final Jeopardy right after this. Time to get ready for Final Jeopardy. And today the category
And
is
the category is
Musical
musical
theater.
theater.
So, what's your wager?
I'll go for 2,600.
The Final Jeopardy
Alright,
clue
Final Jeopardy
is
answer
as
today
follows.
is...
He's the only songwriter to have Broadway premieres in every decade from the 1950s to the 2000s. His first was in 1957.
Let's see. Stephen Sondheim, Marvin Hamlish, John Kander, or Andrew Lloyd Webber? To me, it would make the most sense if it was Andrew Lloyd Webber. So, I will lock in who is Andrew Lloyd Webber. Player 3, how did you
The
do?
correct response?
You said Andrew Lloyd Webber.
And that
is not correct. So you lose 1,055. You drop to 1945.
your response?
Player 2, Stephen Sondheim.
And this correct response?
That is right.
How much to your
You had
score?
1,600. You go up to 5,650.
Did you come up with the correct response?
And I said Andrew Lloyd Webber, which we
Sorry,
know
the
is
correct
wrong.
response will drop your
So
score
I lose
by
2,600. So I finish up with
Congratulations, player
12,800.
1. You're the winner.
I win.
Thanks for playing. We'll see you next time.
That brings me up to 154,201, and I'll see you next time.